am Sheila Otter, and I'm actually coming to you from Gig Harbor, Washington, and I am thrilled to, actually, I'm just thankful to God who has, over the last year, connected me to other Young Living leaders. And Angela, oh my God, I get to say it's, do I say Wiley or is, no,
Willie.
It is Willie.
Yep.
Yeah. Angela, I feel like it's Angela and Garrett. That's how I know them. They just got married. And yes, in this crazy, not crazy, it was beautiful and wonderful. They, just a few weekends ago through Zoom. And anyway, Angela is a dear heart. And I am grateful. Again, this is Young Living's a huge family. And there are several of us. Kristen's also on here. You see her name, Kristen Bridgen Brown, and then there's Susie Poe, and there's also Micah. We are from different lines, but we live within like an hour of each other, and we just got connected, and we thought we can do this together and help, because our passion really is just to educate and inform. And so tonight's class is all about supplements, and just, you know, just a quick overview of a few of them, but they're so important. They like the essential oils are like the missing link, but with added to supplements, it just makes all the difference. But anyway, our group together, our mission really is to continue to empower and enhance lives of our members and people who don't know yet about Young Living, and help them, just introduce them to the world of essential oils. So we are not doctors. I think you can figure that one out. We are not doctors. So really, we are not here to diagnose. We are not here to treat or cure. You may have questions. You'll have a chance to ask them later on. But we are only here to inform and to share you our stories of how we've used them and what we've come to find out to be true for ourselves. So grab a pen and pencil if you have it, or just open your mind, and I'm gonna pass it on to Mrs. Willie. I think that's just wonderful. Angela, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So remember, you can share your stories, your ideas as we're kind of going through things, and every single comment gets you an entry into win that book. And I'm going to kick it off with Ningxia Red. This is like my favorite. It's like the #1 supplement that I recommend to anybody and everybody. It comes in these little pouches like I'm showing you here. It also comes in bottles. Do you have a bottle handy, Sheila? No, I have my little notebook here that I'm teaching from. And so this is what the bottles look like. You can get the bottles in 2, 4, 6, or 8 packs. And then the pouches come in, you can get them 30, 60, or 90, depending on your family or how frequently you buy them, that type of thing. So it's a great, great, great supplement. And I call it like whole body nutrition. It really takes care of the whole body. There's lots of things that I love about it, but the Ningxia wolfberry or goji berry is specifically from China in Providence. It's the Ningxia Providence in China. And this is a really cool fact. I'm actually going to read this to you because it talks about, in the Chinese National Census, recently reported that the number of people in Ningxia that live over 100 years is 400% higher than anywhere else in the country. How cool is that? And the locals specifically have been talked about, or have been interviewed and discussed, that they believe their longevity or their extra like spunk for life or long-term life is because of daily consumption of the wolfberry. So the goji berry is like, you know, a fruit. We have access to them, but the Ningxia wolfberry is more potent and has a lot more benefits than just the regular goji berry. So it's one of the things that I love about it. Super amazing. A couple of the other things and the body systems that it supports, it's really good for all body systems, but it's good for eye health. One of the things that I love about eye health, and what it's talking about here is, and I'm going to have to spell this, it's zeaxanthin. That is in the wolfberry, and that's what helps with eyesight. So it's something that you can research or Google if you'd like. but it's also good for your kidneys, your liver, and your lungs. I love the benefit that I get from it by like energy boost and increased focus. I think that's a huge benefit from it. It's good for your digestion. So you think about gut health. A lot of times people talk about gut health and its importance. So I would tell people that if you had a budget that you were only able to afford one supplement, this would be the one. Now, the essential oils that are infused into it are tangerine, orange, lemon, and yuzu. So those oils are good for, again, digestion, like I mentioned, but also really good for happy emotions. So some people actually call this the happy juice. So people who are not as happy as they could be, or ideally they want to be happier, this is one of the supplements that would be recommended for them as well. So I love that about it. There's all kinds of things. It's antioxidants. It fights free radicals in the body, so it helps you to stay younger and look younger when you have it over time. It slows the aging process, and it's just really good. For me personally, I didn't start drinking it when I first got my essential oils. So when you buy the basics or the regular starter kit that comes with essential oils, you get 2 of these pouches. I didn't know the power of it. I actually threw them away. So don't be like me, drink yours. But then later I had got sick. So this, I think, was at the end of the first year of using oils. I had got sick in October, November, December, and January. And I was a pretty healthy person. So this like kind of threw me for a loop. And I was like, what is going on with me? Why do I keep getting sick? Like, and it was different things, like a 1-day, 24-hour flu, a really bad cold that lasted for like 2 weeks. And so I was talking to one of my friends, and she's like, have you had your Ningxia? Have you tried that? Like, are you drinking it? And that's actually what got me to buy some and start drinking it. And I've been drinking it every day since. So like, what is that, 3 years now? And I love it. Love, love, love it. So now everybody in my family drinks it. Myself, my husband, my mom, my dogs, literally everybody has it every single day. And I usually have at least 2 ounces. If I'm going to be traveling, I might have a little bit more, or if I have extra stress or exposure to something, then I'll have more. But I absolutely love it. And I have done really well. I haven't been traveling recently, but for about 2 of the 3 years, I've done a lot of travel, or not hospitals. Well, I'm in hospitals, but airports and hotels. And it helps me to stay really healthy. So I love this. And I think that it's like the best, like basic foundational nutrient. So I know that Sheila wanted to talk a little bit about it and kind of share her experiences with it, but I'll hand it back over to you.
When I first started to, but it's been over 7 years now that I've been using essential oils. But when I first started, it was too expensive is what, for me, I'm thinking we can't add that to our monthly budget. I didn't yet see the value. So it took a few months, and I kept hearing other people talk about that it wasn't really just for one area. It was for everything. And at the time, really worried, thinking about my eye health, the heart health, but also the energy. And so I did start it up, and I would do the bottles so that I could measure it out, and I had a little shot glass. I still have that shot glass. I would go with 1 ounce. It's like, all right, I'm spreading this out, and even that little bit was helping. I could tell there was some difference, but 2 to 4 ounces, 2 ounces is what we take now. Well, actually, my husband does 4. I'll explain that in a little bit. But it wasn't until after taking that Ningxia Red, drinking it every day, after maybe, I don't know now how many months it was. I should look back. But after so many months, I decided, is it really, I'm feeling great, right? I was feeling good. And I had use of my oils. I was diffusing every night. I had my routine. I was beginning to get rid of a lot of other stuff that I had, like toxic stuff that I've been using. And so I was feeling good. So I stopped drinking the Ningxia Red, just didn't put it on my order. And 2 months go by, and I'm like, why am I just like barely getting through the afternoon again? And I had been teaching then. And you guys, it was the Ningxia Red that was actually helping me. And when it wasn't until I went off of it that I realized the benefit. So, but I wanted to share with you a little bit about this piece of it. The Ningxia wolfberry it's a complex carbohydrate which means your blood sugar will rise slowly when drinking it. So, you know, you think many times we're to stay away from juices, especially in the morning for those people who may have a high blood sugar. That's my husband. And yet he drinks 2 packets of Ningxia Red every day, every morning. First thing, that's his first thing he does when he wakes up, because it actually reduces his risk of a sugar crash afterwards. And it's the one thing, it's like his body needs that to kind of like fill it, and so that it doesn't feel like ravishing hungry and, you know, all that. So it's the best thing. It's so neat to see that, you know, he does that every day, because I know it's so good for his health. But here's someone who has high blood sugar, has to watch his levels, and he's actually going to 2 packets of that a day. It's really, really great. So much we could talk about it. High in antioxidants. So yes, it's a perfect supplement to other vitamins and minerals that you can give to your body. But if you are doing just one thing, I would definitely go with Angela. Do the Ningxia Red. So yeah, love it. Love red. Back to you.
That is so cool. I actually didn't know the specifics. I knew that it helped to balance out blood sugars and help them to be more even keel in that and not have the crash, but I didn't realize that specific part. So thank you for sharing that it's a complex carbohydrate. Is that what you said? Okay. Mm-hmm. Good to know. I love it. Cool. So before we go on, I want to give a second for Jen and or Kristen to tell us if there's any questions that we've missed, because they're the ones monitoring comments for us. And while I give them a second to unmute or tell us yes or no and check those comments, I want to ask you guys all to shout out Kristen. It's her birthday. And so tell her happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kristen. Thank you for being here and working and helping us on your birthday. That's awesome. Any comments or questions that we want to point out about Ningxia? Nope. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, so the next thing we go on as we're talking about a couple of other supplements. I'm going to share a couple, and Sheila's going to share a couple. So one of my other favorites is MindWise, and I buy it in these little pouches because, again, when I'm traveling, it's super simple. It comes in these pouches, or there's a like glass jar or glass bottle. Now, the reason that I like this is because it's a brain supplement, and again, I'm going to have to spell a couple of the things that are important ingredients in there, but it has CoQ10. That's easy. I can say and spell that, or I can say that one easily. But it also has ALCAR, and that's something that's good for you to Google and look at, but also the SACHINCHI. So that's 2 words, SACHA, and then INCHI. That's an oil. And so this is a brain supplement. It's really, really good. And the reason that I take this, and I have been for a little over a year, is because my grandma had Alzheimer's. And I don't know if it was genetic or if it was something that she was exposed to or what it was, but I want to make sure that my brain function stays as good as possible for as long as possible. Am I having a bad internet connection? Can you guys all hear me? Give me a thumbs up. So, okay, cool. Okay, got lots of thumbs ups. My computer told me that I had a bad connection. So I was like, oh no. But that's why I do MindWise. And it also just really helps with that focus. So this combined with Ningxia, I literally have them in my fridge. I just grab it in the morning, and I absolutely love both of those. So the other thing that I wanted to share about is Super B. Super B is a great B vitamin. It has 12 of B vitamins available in it. And this one is really good because it has essential oils infused into it. It has zinc in it. So if you're needing zinc, it's not a high percentage of your daily zinc. It's 27%, but it's good to have as an added boost. It has manganese in it. And so there's a lot of things that I like in it that, again, help with energy, help with balance, and again, focus. So that's kind of like my thing is focus and brain supporting products and supplements. So I really, really like the B vitamin. And so if people ever come to me and they have a specific need, those may be 2 of the supplements that I recommend to them. But again, if somebody's just like looking for general overall health, Ningxia Red is my number 1 that people have to start with. I always recommend that. So Sheila's going to share about a couple of other of my favorites that I really like too. You're muted, Sheila. Okay.
A little sign came up, and as if it knew that I was talking and you couldn't hear me. So anyway, as you're talking, there's so many other things I want to say about all of these, and it reminds me of just the journey the last few years of, it's not easy really to figure out what it is you're going to add to your cart every month, or what you're going to choose. And so, as Angela's talking about, Ningxia Red is really a good start. And by the way, I think it helps with sleeping too. Amazing, gives you the energy, but something about it, I think it's just because of the overall so good for the balance of everything. But thinking of vitamins and minerals and basically taking a vitamin, anyone here grow up on Flintstones? I look back to, that's really what I was given every day, right? And then I remember the years of buying the one a day, right, for women, and then looking for all the, and having that one vitamin. And I remember feeling like my tummy almost hurt after taking those. It's like, oh, I just feel yucky. Well, I'm learning now. There's a reason. So I'm going to back up a little bit and explain about what makes Young Living vitamins and the supplements, I think, much better than what you would get at an over-the-counter, out of an over-the-counter vitamin. There's actually a huge difference. And so, and it's all because of Young Living supplements have an 80% absorption rate in your body. That was the other thing. I would feel like I just basically peed my vitamins out of me, because it just didn't seem like it would stay in me. So Young Living supplements have an 80% absorption rate compared to most supplements, which normally have a 30% absorption rate. And that's supposed to be good. 30% out of, the vitamin that you might be taking with an over-the-counter vitamin. Wow, that's a whopping 50% increase. So you may want to know, why is that? Well, first of all, that's a lot of bang, for your buck. Okay. So you may think, why are Young Living's products, why does it seem so expensive when I can go buy a generic vitamin or a generic probiotic, so forth? Again, the thing is you're probably putting your money into something that you're putting in your body and it's just going out of you. Your body's not absorbing. So why is that? Well, Gary Young was the first to formulate a nutritional supplement that has essential oils in it. And that's the key right there. This means that the body can absorb the vitamins and the minerals better because of what the essential oils are doing first to your cells. The oils do the cleansing and the getting rid of the toxins of the cells. And by doing that, it allows now room for the vitamins and minerals to get in. So that's kind of the Sheila Otter way of explaining my second grade teaching, coming out of me and saying that there's a huge science behind it, and there's a name for that. It's a special kind of synergy, that assimilation, I think, that it's called. But basically, it's so great that it's absorbing. Now, here's the other thing you need to know. So I'm going to start with Master Formula. Master Formula is the daily vitamin and more. I mean, it's packed with lots of vitamins and minerals that you get from taking it. Just a minute, I'm going to scroll down to make sure. Okay, so, but look, it comes in a packet. So I hope you can see this okay. Comes in a packet, and I'm going to show you that. I mean, you can see there are 4 of them. Okay, I can hear my dad, bless him, I can hear him say, oh, that's just too many pills. I'm not going to take a lot of pills. Okay, so there's a mind thing right there that these are pills that are going to do something, and that if I just had 1, that would be better than 4. No, not when it comes to vitamins, because when it's just 1, those 1 a days, that's now that's more of a commercial thing where they hear the consumers say they're in a hurry, they only want to swallow 1 thing, so they put all these synthetic binders in to bind all the vitamins and minerals together. And now some of them shouldn't be bound together, because once they're bound together, they interact and they lose their I don't even know the right word, their ability, their quality now, basically, because they're interacting with other minerals and vitamins they should not be, and now they're bound in this with the synthetic binders that make them, it doesn't dissolve, so they stay together. So if you are taking your own vitamin now from another company, whatever, or and minerals, and it comes in a pill, a capsule, whatever, put that in a glass of water and time it to see how long it takes it to actually dissolve, okay? I did that with my one a day when I first heard about this. And let's just say a week later, my little one a day was still a one a day tablet in my water, okay? So I know my tummy's more than water, what's in our stomach, but still, right? So don't let this fool you. Like, this may think like it's a lot, but I want to tell you what's inside here. It's simply amazing, right? You're going to get, in the liquid one, you're going to get vitamin A, D3, vitamin E and K, and then a bunch of wonderful oils. And then there's another capsule that you're going to, that's got a bunch of micronized nutrients in it, and you're going to get a bunch of oils with that as well, the citrus oils. And then in the other two capsules, that's your phytocaplet, and that's where you're going to get vitamins and a blend of prebiotics. All right, prebiotics are so good. Your digestion, your gut needs prebiotics as well as probiotics. We need the good bacteria. So again, you put these two together, all right, if you can do it. And if you need to take 1 ounce, drink half of this, put it back in the refrigerator, or get the bottle and pour 1 ounce. Start with that if you want to stretch it out. If you want to take one of these every other day, and not every day, but together, you have filled in all the needs of your body. I'm serious. Like, foundationally, this is going to build you strong. We have watched and seen many of the experts, scientists and Young Living experts talk about this. And I get goosebumps sometimes when I hear them talk about how, oh my God, I mean, like, it covers everything. So Master Formula, Ningxia Red, the best combination. I highly recommend that. And then the other ones, like she was talking about Super B, that's when you have to target maybe some more energy, or and you may not need that one all the time. Omega Gize is another one that and mind-wise, you can add. I'm going to just briefly talk about Omega Gize, because this is where you're going to get your extra fish oil. So I know out here I have a lot more access to good quality fresh fish than I did when I was in Indiana with my dear friends who are on tonight. We didn't have that availability, but out here I do a little bit more, but it's so convenient to get it through my Omega Gize. Omega Gize offers omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D3 again, I love that, CoQ10, which is that's going to help your brain and your memory. That's why MindWise is really good too. It gives you DHA fish oil. And that's, those are strong. DHA and EPA are strongly linked to cardiovascular health. So omega-3, Omega Gize, you can, gain great benefit from adding that as well. So if you've been concerned about cardio health, been concerned about your brain health, your mind, your memory, it's probably because you're lacking DHA, you need the CoQ10 and omega-3 fatty acids. So yay, Young Living gives it to us.
I love it. Good stuff. I was actually taking a couple of notes. I love teaching these classes and learning together and remembering oh yeah, I remember that about Omega Gize or some of the other supplements in Master Formula. That's a good one. And I'm glad that you talked about the 80% absorption rate, because I had that in my notes and then I didn't say it. So good job. It's like you read my mind. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up, and then we're going to open it up to questions. So again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post those in the chat or share your experiences, whatever it is, and then we'll do the drawing in just a few moments. But a couple of things for me personally, I do get Master Formula, Mind Wise, and Ningxia Red on my Essential Rewards order every month. And so I want to explain Essential Rewards if there's somebody who doesn't know what it is. But it's our monthly rewards program. And for those of you who are like focused on better health, this one is definitely a no-brainer, because when you order on that, you get between 10 and 25% back as cash that goes into a bank account, and you can literally spend it on almost anything. There's a few items that you cannot, but pretty much any oil or a lot of the supplements, like you can stock up on Ningxia Red with them, and it's literally free that you get to spend those points and you don't have to pay. So I love that. It acts like cash. So that accrues, and the longer that you're on Essential Rewards, that percentage goes up, and you get exclusive freebies, usually like bottles of oil each month based off of the size of your order. And it's just a lot of stuff that you get. At 3 months, 6 months, 9 and 12 months, you get a gift, again, a free bottle of oil, and it gets mailed to you. So I just love that rewards program. I feel like it's a rewards program on steroids, because you're already getting your wholesale pricing by having your membership, and then you get this on top of it. So a lot of times I will either stock up on Ningxia Red packets with my points, or I will get frankincense. So it's like the most common things that I use points on to get those for free. And I just think that it's awesome. So if you aren't yet a member and you haven't got a membership, you can do that by getting a traditional oils kit. And we're not really talking about that tonight, but it's amazing, a great deal. So you should talk to the person that invited you if you wanted to get that, or you can get the Ningxia Red Kit. So the Ningxia Red Starter Kit is a great option that comes with 4 bottles of Ningxia Red. It comes with 30 of the pouches and a few other small goodies and items. So that would be my recommendation for how to get started. And when you buy it on Essential Rewards today, then you would get a free bottle of eucalyptus globulus. Did I say that right? Is that the right one? I think so. Okay. That'll change tomorrow, because this is April 30th, the last day of the month. But
Eucalyptus radiata.
Thank you. Okay. I was not 100% sure that I was saying that correct. But it's a big bottle of it. It's a 15 ml, and that's pretty cool to get your Essential Rewards, or get your starter pack on Essential Rewards. And then you also get $10 in that cash account that I was talking about that you get to spend. So I love that. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to end the recording, and then I'm going to open it up to questions, and we'll do the giveaway.